Hey everybody, I'm Chef AJ and welcome to Healthy Living. You know, healthy living starts with healthy eating. So today I'm going to show you some healthy and delicious recipes that will help you to look and feel your best. I'll be joined in the kitchen by my good friend, a very talented chef named Eric LeChasseur, who trained as a classical French chef. Eric began his vegan macrobiotic journey in order to help his wife Sinai recover from ovarian cancer in 1993. He is the author of the vegan cookbooks Love Eric, and along with his wife Sinai, Love Eric and Sinai. And together they own the incredible organic vegan macrobiotic restaurant in Venice, California called Seed Kitchen. Eric has chefed for numerous celebrities, including Oprah, Madonna, Tobey Maguire, Jim Carrey, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Sting. And now, me today. We'll be creating some amazing recipes, including his signature restaurant dish, Pad Thai, a nutrient-rich black bean soup in the Instant Pot electric pressure cooker with a special topping Eric is going to make. And together, we're going to create some delicious and decadent double-stuffed chocolate peanut butter cupcakes with a chocolate peanut butter ganache. So please, join me in the kitchen and let's get cooking. I'm really excited to have joining me in the kitchen today, not only my good friend, but my favorite plant-based chef in the whole world, probably the most talented too, in my opinion, Chef Eric LeChasseur, the owner and chef of the vegan macrobiotic restaurant in Venice, California called Seed Kitchen. And we've worked together before, and I think we work very well together. I talk, you cook, you know, that's how it always is. So I wanted to make soup in an electric pressure cooker because I know that soup is so popular at your restaurant and in your home, and you do use a stovetop pressure cooker, right?
I do. Pressure cooker, yeah. It's very
and sometimes
important.
you blend your soups, which is what we're going to do. I wanted to show you the electric pressure cooker so that you would have more time to ride your motorcycle and surf. Because with this stovetop one, you can't leave your house with it on. But you could, and I do because I have a dog. I walk my dog, and it's wonderful. You set it, forget it. So we're going to make a black bean soup. I call it a nutrient-rich black bean soup because it has over 4 pounds of vegetables in it, including some dark green leafies, which are really the powerhouse of the nutritional kingdom. In the stainless steel insert, I have 6 cups of vegetable broth. Do you make your own broth at the restaurant?
I usually use a celery onion and
So
some
you
carrots and made the broth from scratch.
Really?
Yeah.
So, and have you ever heard of making broth from scraps?
Yeah, scrap.
Right, that's what I do, and I do it in the
Yeah.
pressure cooker in 10 minutes. So I've got 6 cups, and I don't have to use salt or oil, which is great. I have ½ a pound of organic baby Bella mushrooms. I've got 1 onion, any color's fine. Really didn't have to chop this, but my wonderful sous chef, Rebecca Martinez, chopped it for me beautifully.
Great help.
Absolutely, she's the best. I have 4.5 cups of black beans total for the recipe, so I'm using half of that now. And if you want to use canned beans, each can has 1½ cups in it. You cook your beans from scratch, right?
Yes, always.
In the pressure cooker?
Soak it, depending on the beans. Some could be pressure cook or just stovetop.
What I love about the electric pressure cooker or the Instant Pot is you can cook black beans in less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You taught me a great secret about how to make beans more digestible. You want to share that with our audience?
Well, usually if you put, you soak them, you know, maybe 6 to 8 hours, drain the water, use fresh water, and put a piece of kombu, seaweed.
That's the secret. That's the absolute best secret.
It's going to help your digestion and it's
Valuable
give a
minerals,
great
great
valuable
minerals.
mineral for your beans.
I've got 1 large sweet potato. Any kind would be fine. If you can't find a sweet potato, you can use a white potato. ½ a pound of organic roasted corn. Always recommend organic whenever possible, but definitely when it's...
If the corn, of course.
Corn, soy, and wheat.
Yeah.
So what's going to make this a nutritional powerhouse is, believe it or not, this is a pound of greens. They're frozen organic greens I defrost, and it's not that much food. It's a little over 2 cups. When people say you can't eat a pound of vegetables, this is nothing. It's like 2 cups. Put that in as well. So one of my secrets, Eric, is because I don't use salt, is to use sun-dried tomatoes, the kind without oil or salt. And it's not because they taste salty, but this little 3-ounce dish of sun-dried tomatoes was made from 4 pounds of tomatoes. So it's just a really lovely concentrated flavor. That goes right in.
That will also give you a sweetness, and you'll beautiful.
It's so good.
That.
Garlic, and you know, I really think garlic should be to taste. If you don't like it, don't put it in, but I don't ever feel you can have too much garlic.
And there's all your secret right there.
This, I don't know if it's a secret, but this is my favorite spice, smoked paprika.
Yes.
What's your favorite spice?
Actually, there was smoked paprika too, and turmeric.
Yeah, there's something about it's so different when it's smoked. You must get the smoked. It makes all the difference. And we have a half a tablespoon smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of chipotle powder, more if you like it hotter, and a tablespoon each of oregano and smoked cumin. I really prefer smoked spices than the regular ones, and I'm too lazy to smoke them myself, so I buy them that way. So all you do, Eric, is put the top up of the Instant Pot, put it on high pressure, and we'll let this go for about 8 minutes because the beans are already cooked. You do want to use beans from scratch as opposed to canned beans. Make sure you cook them first, because then the soup won't be ready in 8 minutes. So we're going to set it, forget it, and we're going to come over. That little beep just is saying, okay, is this what we want? That's what we want. So you had the great suggestion to have a topping for it. For me, I'm very simple. I just chop scallions, but you said, no, I'm going to do something.
I thought maybe we should do a pico de gallo.
Absolutely. One of the reasons I wanted Eric to do this is he is one of the most talented, classically trained French chefs who is now a plant-based chef. A few years ago, he's always a regular presenter at our annual event, Healthy Taste of LA. A few years ago, he had an accident, I believe a motorcycle accident. He had a broken hand, all bruised. He comes in working like this. And even with a broken hand, he had better knife skills than any chef I ever met. So let's see how quickly you
remember how I did hold my knife?
It was unbelievable. I mean,
I was holding it between the finger.
And you still were better than any chef I've ever seen it. And me with my poor old ruptured tendon, I couldn't even cut a potato. So let's see how you do it and tell us what are the ingredients.
So pico de gallo is very easy. You know, it's onion, red onion or white onion. I love, both.
Sure.
Tomato, if you like it hot or not.
Right.
Jalapeno, a little bit of cilantro, and a lime.
Fantastic.
So let's usually use about a quarter of an onion, slice it first, and then chop it,
You have such perfect.
Just put the onion on the side right here, and then tomato. I usually take the seed out, so I cut a quarter, take that center little seed. So.
Do you save the seed pocket for anything, a salad, or just?
Well, yeah, you can chop it up and put for a pasta for your sauce,
And I'm guessing you do everything from scratch. You don't buy jarred salsa or jarred pasta sauce, right?
No, all the salsa usually I do from scratch.
That would be a personal affront, correct?
Unless, I'm going to a picnic and, I don't want to carry all kind of stuff. But, I do from scratch. And, you just dice it up, It's depending of your knife skills.
Well, yours are incredible.
So,
is your accent real?
My accent is real.
And you're French, right?
French-Canadian.
French-Canadian. So did you grow up eating a lot of French food, or what kind of food did you grow up eating?
A lot of good food.
Good food, okay.
And my mom was a very good cook, so we ate very, very well. But, my favorite food was always, kind of Chinese food.
Interesting.
I was not into Italian. Good.
Is Chinese food still your favorite?
Yeah, it's still on my
That's interesting.
on my list. But
When
Indian is very.
You like the spice.
I like the spice.
When did you decide you wanted to be a professional chef?
Well, I don't think I decide right away. I think I was always cooking, and to me it was natural. So, when I grown up, I've been cooking always with my mom and my grandmother. So, cooking was natural.
Right.
And only when I get like 17 or so, I said, well, maybe I should be a chef. I'm good at it.
Where did you go to culinary school?
I went to Canada. I went in French cooking school.
Wow.
And from there, already in the kitchen, they called me the sous chef.
Wow.
That was my beginning. So with all this, I'm just adding lime juice, and usually I use my spoon to squeeze the old
Because
inside.
there's no seeds in a lime.
There's no seeds, yeah.
Could we use a lemon if we didn't have a lime? Or?
You could use a lemon.
I prefer limes.
But lime is great, and see all that juice, and just mix it up. And that could be your garnish right there for your beautiful black beans.
And I could eat this.
Visual. You could have it right there.
So once it beeps, it's ready, and all we have to do is release the pressure. This is the part that scares some people. Completely safe.
Not hot?
Not too bad.
Not at all. Wow.
Yep. You can you know what you can do is you can give yourself a facial.
Yeah.
All the antioxidants.
While you're cooking, that's
right. I wouldn't hold your small child there, but so it'll take a few minutes to release. The greater the contents, the longer it takes to release. Once the pressure's released, simply take the top off.
Oh, beautiful.
It is, and it smells so good, Eric. Whoa, that's hot.
It's hot.
So that is why we have towels. And I'm going to just take this out so I can blend it. We could do a blender, but I prefer the immersion blender. I'm sure you're familiar with that. 4 tablespoons of lime juice. Since I'm not using salt, that really just helps kick it up a little bit. And I'm sure you've done this many times in your illustrious career. I'm going to use this. I don't want you to burn yourself. That sweet potato that you were worried about, would it cook? Yep, absolutely. It's so easy, you don't have to cut anything up when you're doing a blended soup.
Yeah. You know, anytime what I like to do also, I just blend it halfway.
Blend halfway, that sounds good.
That's it.
That's a very good idea. And it's okay if you leave it a little bit chunky. You just don't want huge pieces of onion, you know.
Yeah. Well, you already chop up the onion.
That's true, we did. So puree it as much or as little as you like. And then what I like to do is, for texture, stir in another ½ pound of the organic roasted corn, another 2.25 cups of the cooked beans. Stir it up a little bit. Again, you like rice, don't you? I love serving this over brown rice. It's my favorite. This is such a thick soup, and it's got so many vegetables in it. So
and
now
then we can add this pico de gallo as a garnish.
It's going to make it look so much prettier because, you know, black bean soup, it's not the prettiest soup, but it's a very tasty soup. Now that looks delicious. Shall we eat it now or come back and eat it?
We can
have a taste. Just a little taste.
Just to make sure that it's all good.
You must take little tastes because you're not overweight at all. You're cooking all day.
This is great.
It's delicious. I might even taste it with your spoon.
And you don't have to worry.
Yep. Come right back because we have another great recipe, one of the best-selling entrees from Chef Eric's restaurant, Seed Kitchen. So I'm back in the kitchen with Chef Eric LeChasseur, the chef owner of Seed Kitchen, a vegan macrobiotic restaurant in Venice, California. And he's going to show us how to make his most popular entree at the restaurant, a raw pad thai, which is my personal favorite. So I'm so happy to learn how to make this.
I'm pretty happy to show you too.
Thank you.
It's a very easy dish, actually.
And it's a huge seller.
It's a huge seller, yeah. We're using today kelp noodle.
And what are those, in case our viewers aren't
familiar?
Well,
kelp is from seaweed. Some people know the agar-agar. And
kind of crunchy.
It's crunchy.
And there's almost no calories. This whole bowl has 5 calories.
Yeah.
It's like...
And it tastes very awesome.
It's very good.
If you think, you know, it's going to taste seaweed, not at all.
Not if you rinse it.
Rinse it up in the cold water.
You can get them in the refrigerated section at most health food stores, and I've even seen them available online.
Yeah, it's very, very, very great.
They're delicious.
And, you know, I got all the ingredients in front of me, but let's do the dressing first. I'm using garlic, fresh garlic.
Great.
We get about 3 cloves of garlic
that's
here.
a lot.
You know, I mean, you know, depending on the size of the cloves. Garlic, ginger, couple inch of ginger, just chop it up.
Can't go wrong with ginger and garlic.
Yeah.
Perfect combination.
Your favorite, the paprika?
Smoked paprika.
But this one's not smoked.
It's not smoked.
This
Interesting.
is just,
so just regular.
Regular paprika.
Still good. Still good.
We have tamari.
Tamari, or they could use low sodium soy sauce or coconut aminos. Sure. That's the salt.
That's the salt. Lemon juice.
Lemon juice,
or
not
lime
juice. Okay, lemon.
Both. Either way.
Either
lemon or lime. Half a teaspoon of chili flakes.
That's going to give us the kick.
Some spice, some kick to it. We have the tamarind paste.
That's the secret ingredient in pad thai, right? And tamarind's a fruit, right?
Tamarind is the fruit. So it comes usually dry. You just soak it, but you can buy also already.
That gives it sort of like the pungent. Sort of, right.
And we using date syrup.
Date syrup, which is made from just dates.
2 tablespoons. Yep.
So it's got the sweet, the sour, the salty, the pungent,
That's it.
all the flavors.
So we get
And I
pretty
love
much
that
all
you
the
don't use
ingredient right
oil.
there.
You know, there's so many talented vegan chefs out there, but you're like the only one I know that can cook traditionally with the oil, sugar, and salt, but can also make food taste amazing without it.
Well, you know, I got a lot of customer. They want to, you know, something great and healthy. They don't want to oil. And in this one, I came up without, you know, usually the stir fry.
Sure.
That's how I came up with this, you know, raw idea.
So if you're visiting California, you can experience the entire Venice Beach Boardwalk, Muscle Beach, all the
And
great
we're
chefs.
right in front of it.
Right, it's a great location.
So our dressing, it's ready. See this?
It
I mean,
smells.
the color.
I can smell the paprika.
Yeah, the paprika. You get the garlic. I mean, if you just let it marinate a little bit, you know,
But I
you're
can't
gonna
wait,
get all
Eric.
that toast. And then from here, we get our noodle already rinsed and drained. And I'm gonna add my shredded carrots. So depending, you know, you want to shred it yourself, you pour it on all your carrots. Bean sprout. We got what, about 6 ounce? It's like 4 ounce pack.
It's got
you
lots
know?
of
Yeah.
nice fresh.
So usually I
crunchy
keep a little
veggies.
bit just for the garnish, you know, to finish on top.
I love the way you garnish things. Do any of your celebrity clientels like this dish?
Yeah, this one is
Really
very,
popular.
it's
I bet,
popular
yeah.
too.
And it's a relatively new one. I mean, it's only in the last couple years.
I think, yeah, I got about a year and a half or so on the menu.
What exactly is macrobiotic? Because
Well,
not everybody's
it's
familiar with
eating,
that
it's
term.
the balance, eating a balanced food. Your grains, your greens, your beans,
All the healthy foods.
you know, the sea vegetables there.
A little bit of fruit, or fruit okay?
Yeah, fruit is okay. You know, it's all seasonal, all local produce, so as fresh as possible. And when you buy local, it's in season, so it's what's right there for your taste.
And now,
And now we're gonna add this dressing
that
right
looks
there.
delicious.
I keep the nuts. Maybe we can have some mix, and again some for the just the
We're
topping for your
using raw
garnish.
almonds, but you could use peanuts. I
Peanuts
suppose,
is good
right?
too.
A lot of people can't eat peanuts, so
Yeah,
almonds are
you
a
know, a
nice
lot of
option.
people have an allergy to peanuts, so.
Right, so it's probably
gotta be
almost better
careful,
not to
yeah.
use them in your restaurant for
And
that
then
reason.
dressing, you know,
Ah.
if I'm by myself, I'm gonna use the finger just
Yeah.
to scrape the whole bottom. Megan,
I'd be happy to eat
use
anything
all of it.
from your fingers.
and you can just go ahead and mix
Remember the
nicely all
old
this.
days when people had apprentices? If that system was in place today, you would be the chef I would like to have as my mentor or as a because you've inspired me so much. I've learned so much from you because you were a pastry chef for many years, a vegan pastry
Yeah.
chef at M Cafe de Chaya, and wrote that amazing dessert cookbook. And I became a pastry chef. And I learned so much from you. Like, for example, the difference between baking powder and baking soda. And you
Yeah.
always remember powder poofs because it starts with a P, soda spreads because it starts with an S. And you also taught me never to overmix your baked goods, especially when they're vegan.
A lot of people knew me that thought, you know, I'm a pastry chef, but I've been trained French chef,
Right.
and I do some pastries.
Sure.
But because I think my first book was all about pastries.
That's
and
why.
that
So you
was
got
breaking out.
pigeonholed, sort of like Batman. You know, he
Yeah.
could never do anything else. But your banana millefeuille was the best dessert I've ever had in my whole life. Will that recipe ever be shared anywhere?
It's very complicated.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of steps to put it in.
I
But
see.
actually, your cupcake, there's a lot of steps
There's a
to
stuff
put it
that
on.
this looks
So
beautiful.
look at that. And then we're going to finish in with some little bit more nuts around on the plate.
As luck would have it, I have chopsticks in my chef coat. Would you mind if I tasted this right now?
You up to you. Let's look at
This
that.
looks amazing. This is one of the best things I've ever eaten. And I'm not just saying it because you're here. Come right back because we are going to make one of our signature desserts, a stuffed peanut butter chocolate cupcake with a peanut butter chocolate ganache, which we think you'll say is one of the best desserts you've ever eaten.
Life moves faster each day, and we make sacrifices just to keep up. None more so than in the kitchen. This hurried lifestyle means having to eat hastily thrown together meals and on-the-go processed foods. But who has the extra time, kitchen space, or energy to create healthy family meals day after day, night after night? With standard cookware, very few. But with Instant Pot, there's an affordable solution for everyone. Instant Pot can make family meals happen with the simple push of a button, thanks to the microprocessor-controlled programming. Instant Pot is amazingly simple to use, while also safe, convenient, clean, quiet, and fast. It's a money saver, allowing you to cost-effectively replace 6 to 7 commonly used kitchen appliances. Instant Pot is a time saver. Cooking times are 2 to 6 times faster than conventional cooking methods. Instant Pot has an all-encompassing multi-cooker with up to 7 functions. Instant Pot produces delicious and affordable home cooking using smart technology, which means savings on your food budget, more time to spend with your family and friends, and living a happier, healthier lifestyle. Instant Pot, tools for a new lifestyle.
So now I get to cook with my favorite chef. We're going to be making a delicious dessert, chocolate peanut butter stuffed cupcakes with a chocolate peanut butter ganache that we made together on the show Cupcake Wars.
Yeah.
Lots of different steps, so we're going to have to work together. First thing I'm going to do, Eric, is I'm going to start melting the chocolate. I know that you probably melt chocolate over a double boiler.
Yeah.
I find that if you use a nonstick pan and do it on very low heat, it works just as well. We have 1 cup of our favorite chocolate chips, the non-dairy green sweetened ones. It's an organic date syrup made by I Love Date Lady, made only from dates, just the fruit, the whole fruit. I'm going to watch that carefully while you make the batter. In the blender, Eric has 1 cup of unsweetened non-dairy milk, 1 cup of date syrup, and half a tablespoon of alcohol-free vanilla. Next, he's going to add a half a cup of unsweetened applesauce. That's what we use instead of oil to make very moist, delicious baked goods. We have half a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And we have 3/4 of a teaspoon each of sodium-free baking powder and baking soda, not using salt, already mixed, and 6 tablespoons of a good quality dark cocoa powder. Do you have a favorite cocoa powder or just anything? Just a good quality.
Good quality. Darker is good.
The darker the better. The reason we're using a blender is because it's so much quicker and easier, in my opinion, and it makes it so easy to pour evenly.
So let's do just the liquid before we add the
flour.
flour.
Then we'll add the flour at the end. Perfect. Just a quick pulse, because as Chef Eric taught me, you don't want to overmix baked goods, especially vegan ones. 1.5 cups of barley flour, and I suppose you could use another kind of flour if you wanted to.
Yeah, gluten-free is good.
Yeah,
too.
gluten-free is fine. It's just going to get it fully incorporated. Perfect. Eric's going to pour these evenly into a pan lined with 12 cupcake liners. We're using a silicone baking pan, but I still like to use cupcake liners. I'm stirring the chocolate. It melted really quickly into the date syrup, so I'm going to turn it off now. Look, Eric, I didn't even burn it. Isn't that great? Nothing worse than burnt chocolate,
Nice
right?
melt.
You can't use it. Now, this is for the frosting, but first I'm going to make the peanut butter cream filling. In the food processor fitted with the S blade, I have 1 cup of natural peanut butter, roasted but unsalted with no sugar, oil, or salt added. 1 cup of a non-dairy cream cheese. Do you make your own cream cheese? Because I do. I use Miyoko Shinner's recipe from Artisan Vegan Cheese. It's just made out of cashews and a little bit of yogurt, but you can buy non-dairy cheese now.
You could buy it, yeah. I'm kind of lazy sometimes.
You're lazy? You don't strike me as lazy. Half a tablespoon of alcohol-free vanilla and 1 cup of date syrup. Now, this filling is very easy to make, but it has to chill for 6 hours. So we have some that we're chilling right now, and Eric is going to plop it, lack of a technical word, into these cupcakes, and that's what's going to make our peanut butter stuffing. While Eric does that, I'm going to put all these ingredients in the food processor and blend. It's not really a complicated recipe. There's just a lot of steps, or more steps. So this is done. This peanut butter cream filling could be used almost as a frosting even,
Yeah,
you know?
it looks beautiful.
It is, and it smells really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in this glass bowl, and I'm going to chill this about 4 to 6 hours till it's firm enough to do what Eric is doing, which is to stuff the cupcakes. After he gets all 12 done, he's going to take very delicately a finger from one of his hands and just push it down a little bit. And that's your surprise filling when people eat these. You know, when I first made these, Eric, was when Dr. Neil Barnard, the founder of PCRM, had a big charity event in the Hollywood Hills, and I had to make 200 of these. And that's actually how I got to meet him, over these cupcakes.
200 cupcakes?
200 of these. It was the biggest cupcake order I ever had. Now, I don't need to
This
clean...
is called professional.
Would you care to put these in
200.
the oven for
Yeah.
me? Let me open the
Great.
door for you because it's hot. We have it at 350 degrees, and we're going to bake these for 30 to 35 minutes until, do you like the toothpick test? Until a toothpick
like the
inserted in the
toothpick.
center comes out clean. So let's please chill this for our next batch. And now I'm going to make the frosting. It's actually a chocolate peanut butter ganache. I'm starting with 1 block, 12.2 ounces of an extra firm silken tofu. Do you agree that silken tofu is the best for dessert?
Much better for dessert.
Much better for pastries. Half a cup of the same natural, no oil, no sugar, no salt, roasted peanut butter. Half a cup of unsweetened non-dairy milk, your choice. We have a half a cup, again, of a good quality cocoa powder, the darker the better. Half a tablespoon of alcohol-free vanilla. And now this is amazing. You do this a lot. You make
nice
like a
ganache,
melted ganache. And then we're going to pour this into the food processor carefully because it is warm. You want to get every last bit of that chocolate. Be very careful when melting chocolate. Once you burn it, you can't go back. You can't use it. It's terrible, right, when you scorch
Too
it.
hot.
Blend.
You know, if it's too hot.
If it's too hot.
Yeah.
Right, but if people overboil it and
Yes.
scorch it, that's why it is really better to use a double boiler if they have one. And that's how quick and easy it is to make frosting. That said, it's a little bit too goopy right now to frost on the cupcakes. So as luck would have it, we made some of these cupcakes in advance. You can see, isn't this cute, the little hole? It's filled with the peanut butter.
Yeah, and still all together.
And
Beautiful.
now, with the frosting, same recipe here that we made in advance, Eric, who has much better skills than me, are going to frost it. I'm going to look for some chopped peanuts because I think that would look good on here.
What do you think?
Easy
going, huh?
That's a cool way to do it. I never saw that.
See them?
And look, I have a few peanuts. Whee! Isn't that pretty?
Wow.
Excellent. You are a very, very fast froster. So you can do a circle too. That looks really, really, oh, I like it high up like that, Eric. It kind of looks like a beehive. Ooh, make them high like that. That's the way I like it. We're going to frost the rest of these cupcakes, but don't forget to come right back and we'll show you everything we made today. I don't know about you guys, but I had a great time cooking with the extraordinarily talented vegan macrobiotic chef, Eric LeChasseur. You know, Eric, when we were on Cupcake Wars, the funnest part for me wasn't actually being on the show, but was working with you to create recipes like the chocolate peanut butter stuffed cupcake with the peanut butter chocolate ganache. These look amazing. And your raw pad thai, a favorite at your restaurant, Seed Kitchen, my personal favorite, and a quick and easy nutrient-rich black bean soup topped with Eric's pico de gallo. If you want more of Eric's amazing recipes, he has 2 books. One is an all-dessert cookbook called Love Eric, and the other one is a macrobiotic vegan cookbook called Love Eric and Sinai, co-written with his wife, Sinai Suzuki. It has been a pleasure having you on Healthy Living.
You're very welcome.
Thank
It's my
you, and I
pleasure,
hope
too.
you'll come again. Well,
Yes.
are we going to eat? Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Let's have
There
a
we
bite
go.
of this.
I'm going to savor it for a few minutes and smell it. I got to see is it good?
Oh,
It's delicious, isn't
très
it?
bon.
Yeah.
Très bon.
I take it you don't eat too many of your desserts because you look like you're in very good shape.
Depending on the time of the day.
And
That is amazing.
thank you again for being here, and thank you guys for watching another episode of Healthy Living. I'm Chef AJ, and with the help of Chef Eric, we make healthy taste delicious.